What's up, world, and welcome back to another episode of Mix in Chat. I'm your boy JaVie, here with my boy D-Lo.
Yo, what's up?
Now let's get into it. Alright, so D-Lo, what's your number this week?
Well, for the sake of the podcast,
Mm.
I'm gonna keep it at 8.
Keep it at 8, but in reality, what is it?
In reality, man, it bumped down to a 7 this week, man.
Really?
It's been a long week.
Why?
Just some family things
Okay.
I've been trying to delegate in between,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll leave that one right there at that, and then just trying to keep up with this gig work. As you know, it has its up and downs, and just
Of
these
course.
past couple weeks it's down. So
I'm gonna have to get out there and DoorDash this weekend. I'm not even gonna hold you.
if you do, I would say do it in the afternoon for real, because
Oh God,
yeah, the mornings have been crap. Like it's
I don't need that much money. I just need some chump change.
well, let's just put it this way: it takes me 4 or 5 hours to make $60
Oh word.
in the mornings. Yeah.
Are you still at gold?
I'm still platinum. Yeah.
Platinum?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know how it is at gold.
Okay. You do that.
Yeah.
So what's your number, man?
Oh man, it's just gonna sound so bad, but my number is a 4. I'm really not with the bullshit this week. It's really been taxing on me. My dog is sick still. Nobody knows what's going on. I've got to pay all this money, and I've already paid a lot of money for him, and I don't have the money. So I'm at a 4. Before this podcast, I'm gonna be on a 100. But yeah, it's not been a good week. But what has been good this week was the Olympics.
Oh my God,
They were real good.
It's been great. It's been.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some things that's happened in there.
And before you get into it, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna dive into the Olympics, some more of the political agendas, and the presidential candidates, and some other things. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. So let's dive right on in. With the Olympics, the U.S. has finally reached the peak of where they are the top gold medalist of the world right now. That's great. By 2 medals.
Yeah, they we've been down behind China by like 1 or 2 this whole time.
And the track got 2 gold medals, which pushed them ahead. So that was awesome.
Yeah, so right now the top 5 in the leading of the medals is the U.S. at 94.
Okay, period.
China at 65. Australia at 41. That's not right. Okay, so it's got them backwards for some reason, but the France is number 3 with 51.
Okay.
And then it goes Germany and then Australia.
Bet.
So I don't know why on here they have that kind of backwards a little bit. I don't know. It's weird. So, but yeah, as far as the Olympics go, apparently there's been some more controversy there.
Of course, this is the controversial Olympics of the world.
I know, right? Like, did you hear about the boxing controversy with that?
No. Do tell.
Apparently there was a fighter, I think she was from Italy, and she was fighting against I can't remember what other country she was from.
But what happened?
But so apparently the one that was from Italy quit in like the first round because she couldn't stand the hit that she was getting.
Oh, so old girl was rocking her.
Yeah. Well, apparently the other fighter, people has been saying, because she was rejected before because of a gender test.
Oh, so they think that she's a man
She,
or transgender.
yeah, they
let's
think
change
she's a
that.
transgender. People say that she's a transgender
Because she's rocking
but
that.
she's not. She actually has. There's been a lot of controversy, a lot of theories going
She
around.
hits so hard.
Yeah,
She's gotta be a man.
A lot of people saying that she's one, a transgender, and two, she's a hermaphrodite. So, and for those that don't know,
a hermaphrodite.
Yeah, I can't say the word now.
It's somebody that's born with both.
Yeah. But apparently what happened was while she failed her gender test was because she has a higher level of testosterone.
Oh, so she's very masculine.
Yeah. And so yeah, so she kind of she even looks a little masculine.
She look like a man.
She look like a man. But so I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, no, she's not transgender, and no, she's not a hermaphrodite. She just has a higher testosterone level.
Got you.
So
they mad.
Yeah.
Because she's hitting them like she's a man.
Right. And China came through and was like, I don't care how hard she hits, we ain't gonna lose. So I'm waiting for that boxing match. I want to see that one because China's all hype about it. They was like, we don't care.
So China's ready. They ready for action.
Yeah, China's ready. They ready. Like they, and then other chain events. France, they actually knocked the men's basketball team out. So, yeah, France knocked Canada out. So the men's basketball. So
of the basketball.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying they knocked him out like shabam.
Yeah, no. So that was crazy to see. Nobody expected that. That was a big upset. Of course, the U.S. is rolling over everybody. They should. So
as they should.
Another thing too that was surprising was the balance beam. They actually had troubles with it. Suni Lee and Simone Biles got 5th place on the balance beam.
Oh wow! I seen that Brazil won in something over them. The one where Suni Lee and Simone was bowing down to her on the number 1 spot on the podium.
I think that may have been the balance beam.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could have been the 4 exercise because Simone Biles did get silver on the 4 exercise.
Got you. Dang, she was pulling silvers.
Yeah. So, but I mean, she has enough gold. She got enough gold to put her as the GOAT of gymnastics. So.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a question.
And then, of course, Katie Ledecky became the most decorated woman in Olympic history. So.
Okay. I'm surprised it wasn't Simone.
I think Katie Ledecky has the most medals.
Period.
So. Yeah.
I'm just happy that they doing their thing.
Yeah.
And America's doing what needs to be done to get what they need to get and showing them that we still the shit.
Yeah. And I mean, it's honestly been a good Olympics. Like all the events have been good.
So has breakdancing started?
No, it starts the 9th and 10th. I know. It's like the one event that you would think they would probably have out in the beginning just because it's new and it would draw some attention in. They have it towards the end. It's kind of like...
Or they might think that people won't tune into that because it's dancing. And so they wanted to put it at the end so if they lose viewers, it wouldn't matter because all the big events are over.
Well, I mean, either way, even if it did lose the viewers at the beginning, people would still tune in.
Oh yeah,
for the rest of it. You know what I mean? So
sure.
Probably instead of having the end, because after the opening ceremony, it would have been good to have that because then you have that. If even people stop watching it, you would have people fall off a little bit, then tune back in.
Yeah.
Instead of at the end, if people gonna fall off, they won't. There'll be less chance of them watching the ending ceremony.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
who knows?
Yeah.
Hopefully people don't tune out. They stay tuned in.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in seeing what's gonna come about with the breakdancing. If it's gonna carry over until the next Olympics and the next Olympics, I wonder.
Yeah, I am too. And there's been some talk of them actually adding flag football too.
That is very competitive. They should do like a drag competition.
No, people might get mad and say they're trying to imitate the last Supper.
Let's boycott the Olympics. God, it's ridiculous.
But
speaking of boycott, are we boycotting Donald Trump yet? Or is that for the next segment of this podcast? Should we hold off just a little bit longer?
Yeah, we might hold on just a little bit longer.
So have you heard anything on like the men's basketball? How's that doing in the Olympics right now?
Like I said, they're rolling over people. People had their worries with the men's basketball team just because on how people were like, how they gonna play all 12 people and blah blah blah, and then the troubles they had in the exhibition games, but they've gotten it together. The next one I think that we're getting ready to face is Serbia, which would be a good one, just because they what was it? It's the matchup people's been waiting for.
Okay.
For the Olympics, it's kind of like Joel Embiid versus Djokovic.
Got you.
And that's always a matchup because for some reason, Joel Embiid will play Djokovic, well, Joker, as people call him. He'll play him in Philadelphia, but he won't go to Denver to play him.
So they play on the Olympics?
Yeah. So and so now they're in the Olympics, so that they're expecting they'll actually play now. So
it's so funny.
That would be that'd be a good one. That'd be a good matchup though.
Yeah. So I was watching some of the synchronized swimming. Them bitches love to throw their feet up in the air. Let me stop. And when I say bitches, I mean that with all the respect in the world. But them girls, I constantly seen them go under the water but have their feet, and then they like do their feet in different motions, and I'm like, why are they throwing their feet up? Like they should be putting their bodies up and moving their arms. It gives them more dimension.
Well, I think it also shows like their breathing skills under the water.
And they have some good breathing skills and some good, like, as far as like, I don't know if it's aerodynamics or water dynamics of keeping themselves afloat that high to where they're all in sync with the music.
Yeah. And
they can hear the music and they can see each other underwater, because it was showing the way, like the way it was showing us was like it was showing us half out of water, half in water, so you could see what was going on under the water with the girls and how they were like all in sync and their eyes were open, they were looking at each other, how they go underwater. And I was always curious, like, is the water high? Is it above like 5 feet? Like, are they able to stand up? They're not. Like, that water's deep.
Yeah.
So when they dive in and they decide they want to throw a girl into the air from the water, they have people that are diving low and like using a girl's body to project somebody into the. It is wild. It is wild. But the thing, I was like, why are these bitches using their feet so much? Like, I would have been up doing the tut. You know what I'm saying? With my arms, not my feet.
I know. My mom's most impressed about how they stay in the water and their makeup don't get washed off.
Facts. They use their waterproof makeup though.
Yeah.
And then I was seeing the divers, and a couple of it was bad, the ones that I watched. And then one lady from China, of course, she went in there and just aired it out. I'm just like, oh, period. She won that category. But I've been watching. I did watch a little bit of the synchronized swimming and the diving because I'm really into the diving. I love the diving. I haven't seen any synchronized diving, but and I'm curious to see the surfing. I wonder when that happens, or has it
Uh,
already happened?
well, I know they've had some of it because I did get a notification talking about how they had to stop one day because a whale was like in the vicinity.
Oh, nice.
So
Look, I said, oh, nice. Yeah.
they had to call him back in.
Oh, wow.
So, and it wasn't like doing anything. It was just kind of coming up.
It was there.
Yeah, it was just there. So,
Mhm.
and it was like a humpback whale. So, you know.
Okay, humpback high.
But
That's fun though.
yeah, I get more interested to watch like the track and field, especially women doing like the shot put and the ball throw and stuff like that.
The discus and the shot put.
Yeah, like
That's the shot put is the ball.
I thought the shot. I thought the shot put was the one that had the ball with the chain on it.
I think that's a shot put regardless. But the ball with the chain, they still be doing that in the Olympics? Oh, that might be shot put. I know there's a shot put in distance. I don't know what that is then, if that's not a shot put.
I can't remember.
Throwing the little 16-pound ball, because that ball's 16 pounds.
Yeah. And so, I mean, they hurl that mug.
I would hate to be behind the fist throwing like that. They think that girl's fist is hard.
Yeah. Right.
Baby.
Man, so
they need to be boxers too.
Right. And you know that glove adds about 10 pounds to your punch. So
I'm good. I will be in the stands in the nosebleed section watching the fight. I don't even want to be close to the set.
Right. So yeah, it's like I said, it's been without people getting mad about little things that they probably shouldn't be getting mad about. It's been a good Olympics though. It's been nice. So
I've enjoyed the little bits and pieces that I have seen. I've got everything recorded, so I'm definitely gonna have to go back and watch a couple of things for the next episode. I've got everything recorded, so if you are on YouTube TV and you want to see it, just flip over to mine and you'll see all of the ones I recorded all of them.
Yeah, and we also have Peacock too.
Oh, so period. So y'all can see
it
for sure.
So yeah. But yeah, but yeah, that's really all I got for the Olympics right now, man. Like it's a good one. If y'all ain't watching it, I'd say check it out.
Yes, please do. So that's all we got on the Olympics. When we come back in just a second, we're gonna spin over into some political talk as far as the candidates running, who Kamala Harris picked as a vice president and running mate, and just some things that we're finding and seeing happen and pop up, and some things on Project 2025 too, I'm sure. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back in just a second. Period. So, over in the politic realm, Kamala Harris picked the Minnesota's governor, Mr. Walz, W-A-L-Z, to be her running mate for the presidency. I'm happy that she did not pick Andy Bashir, but I'm sad at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of don't know how I feel about that situation. But he is a former teacher and an Army veteran. And I don't know how I feel about him either.
I just don't know enough. I don't know enough about him.
That's why I don't know how I feel.
So,
I need to do a lot of digging on this man.
Yeah, because I want to know how many terms did he serve? What his
what he did in the Army. I need to know how he was as a teacher. I need to speak to some of his former students and see if they liked him.
I kind of want to see his rating, approval rating.
I need to see his resume.
Yeah, so
the whole works.
Yeah, I'm not really too familiar with him, but I'm kind of like you. I'm kind of mixed feelings that she didn't pick Bashir, because I mean, I'm glad just because we get to keep him.
Yeah.
And and two, I think it would have been really good running mate for her.
Yeah. And her running mate actually is the same age as her. He's just either a couple of months older or a couple of months younger than her. So they're both 60.
Mm.
So,
oh wow, she's 60.
Yeah. That black don't crack. The fuck you mean? And you know this. But yeah, I found that interesting. But they had their first rally and it went really well. They had a rally in the same spot that Donald Trump had a rally in, and they had the side by side pictures. And the whole nosebleed section was empty in Donald Trump's, and it was packed in Kamala Harris's. Which, I mean, like, it's the first woman to be like actual like backed by the Democrats, and somebody that can potentially be president. And you got all these women that are looking at Donald Trump as like, oh, you try to take our abortion rights away. So yeah, we definitely gonna be for Kamala. Like, all those things that he did or that happened under his presidency or the Biden presidency they aren't correlating those things to her.
Yeah. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. And I don't know if this was true or not, but I did found out something that Trump was going to look at putting in plan.
What? Is this Project 2025?
No. Oh. At least I don't know. I just, like I said, it was a hearsay, so I don't really know how true it was. But one of the things he was looking to do was get rid of the federal income tax.
That would have been gorgeous.
And basically go into a tariff style tax, which is a tariff style tax. And I honestly think this is the route we need to go into. Is basically you're taxing other countries for American goods.
Ooh.
Yes, that will cause other countries to tax us for their goods. And it may cause somewhat a rise in sales tax.
Got you.
But you would be making more in the long run because you don't have to pay into the federal tax.
Got you. That's interesting.
So, like I said, I don't really necessarily know if it's true. I mean,
speaking of Donald Trump, he also tweeted or was on whatever platform he got and said that he will be debating Kamala Harris in the near future. So I'm interested to see how that goes down, because I want to see Auntie Kamala and Uncle Trump go at it.
Yeah, because it's definitely going to be a different debate.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tit for tat, but she's gonna have it's like she is Santa and he's the reindeer. Like,
he better come with something better than it was very, very good or very, very bad. Like, he needs to stop doing that.
Cause she's gonna read him down boots for that.
Yeah,
she's gonna let him have it.
You need to stop letting a 2-year-old write your.
It's not that a 2-year-old's writing his speeches; it's that he's not writing speeches.
Yeah,
he's just going by whatever pops up in his head.
Yeah.
People are writing stuff for him to say, and he might tackle a couple of those things, but other than that, he's derailed quickly, and he's got a very small attention span to reading some papers, and you can tell. But I'm curious as to see how this debate goes, when it's going to be, and how many people are going to be behind him and how many people are going to be behind Kamala, because we're like coming down to the wire now. Like,
yeah, so far some of the polls that I've seen, it's been pretty much equal. It's been on the thin level. So
we 3 months away.
I know,
literally. Well, when do we vote? November the 9th?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, we are literally 3 months and 2 days away from voting.
Oh yeah, we're down to the wire.
Like,
so, it's
and then hold on, because is the Democratic National Convention this week?
I don't know. I got lost in the Olympics. I haven't really been keeping up with anything
because
else.
They said that she was gonna make her running mate known by Tuesday, and she did it Monday. And I can't remember if it's this week or next week, but it's one of these weeks, and they're gonna announce like for sure who their person's gonna be, but I'm sure it's gonna be her.
Yeah,
like all the money that's been
that, and it's too late to
way
announce,
too late to announce somebody new.
Yeah,
way too late. Like it's almost like Biden knew exactly what he was doing to force their hand to make her their person.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and I see you, Big Daddy Biden. Period. On God.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to say least on what's gonna happen. And
so Project 2025 is a bitch. I've come to learn that like nothing good is gonna come out of that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Like it's gonna be great for people that are billionaires or millionaires or like not even Bible humpers for real, because they kind of like ruining their life. They're ruining everybody's life.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah.
Unless you follow Trump, Project 2023 is not for you.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, every time I try to go read it, it always ends up giving me a headache because I'm just like,
I can't do it.
Yeah, it just makes me want to leave the country for real.
Yeah, for sure.
And I
still might.
Like I said, I just don't see why people. I don't know, man.
I don't see how people follow that.
I don't either.
People like, okay, yeah, this is a great thing. How do you see that, and where does that come from?
Yeah, and the thing is, the people that do fall for all this on Trump, they're calling Democrats sheeps.
Facts.
When they would literally fall this man off a cliff.
You are following the wolf that told Little Red that he was her granny.
No. Pretty much. Like, that's what I just, it's the irony of it all. Like, it's the hypocrites of it. Like, it's just
hypocrisy will get you every time.
Man,
I'm done.
Like,
I'm so tired of reading anything about Trump, and I do it because I know that we gotta talk about it, but I'm so tired. I cannot wait until this race is over so he can be in the rearview mirror. But I feel like this man's gonna live until he's 100, and he's gonna try to go for a presidency again.
Yeah, until he gets that second term.
And he's not.
Until he gets the second term and he gets to be a dictator, and it'd be our last fucking president.
Yeah, because then after he dictates, he's gonna try to give it to his son, and his son's gonna give it to his son, and then his son's gonna give it to his son, or his son's gonna give it to his brother, Barron.
Yeah.
When he's 30, he gonna become dictator. Like, come on, man. Like, you really try to make your family a royal dynasty, bro. Like, we know that you got money. We know that you can do this. We know that you can do that. Do that. Don't try to run a country.
No, it's not even just that. It's just so he can do it. It's basically a ticket for him to do whatever he wants and stay out of jail. Like he said in that one interview when he was presidency, he could have shot somebody on 71st Street and got away with it. Like literally said that in an interview.
But you're going to prison, son.
So
Kamala, win this race, bro. Like, we have not ever depended on you as much as we depended on you right now. And you are vice president at the current moment.
So yeah, it's
our lives are riding on you winning this race. Literally. You are our final hope.
Like I said, man, like Tamara said, it's one step closer to the Handmaid's Tale.
I still ain't watched this show. But a show that I have watched, we'll get into after this segment is over.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's probably a show that a lot of people have seen, but it made me cry. It really made me cry a couple of times in the last couple of episodes. Wore me out, but now it's over and I don't have nothing else to watch, so I'm super upset and I really want to cry.
Well, I may got something for you.
Okay. Well, when we come back, we'll dive into TV shows and stuff that we're watching to wrap it up. How about that?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you in a second. All right, y'all. So back to our final segment of episode 9. television shows that we are currently watching, have just finished, or can't wait to see.
Yeah.
So the show that I was talking about right before we went to break was Schitt's Creek. I finally finished the entire thing. It took me a while to get into it, but my roommate started watching it, so I started watching it again, and then I was invested.
See, I caught a few episodes of it,
It's
and
really good.
it was one of those like, because it always came on like after the Flash and stuff.
Okay.
So I like like it always come on like after our recording, So it's like.
Well, they've got 6 seasons, and every season was divine. I loved it. And then the way they ended made me cry. I cried the last 3 episodes. It was so good.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It is so funny. Oh my God, David!
How that? It's always one of those things. It's always sad when when you get invested into a show like that, and then it ends, and it's like, well, what do I do with my life now?
Crush me. Now I want to see more.
It's kind of like like me and her. We was invested in Supernatural.
Okay.
And that was on for like 16 seasons.
Oh yeah.
And it was like after that, it was like, well, what do we do now? But I think now they're actually talking about getting the band back together on that. So
they old as fuck now.
Yeah. But
so what shows are y'all watching? What show are you watching?
So I don't know if you have it, but Peacock.
I don't.
I would say get a free trial of it and test it out. But I think it's really only like $5 for the subscription.
Okay.
But there's one show that we're wanting to dive into, but we're kind of watching this other show first. So the first show is called The Traitors.
Okay.
And basically there's a group of people, and it's Scotland based.
Okay.
But it's American people though. And
gotcha.
They all from different shows. Like there's one from Survivor. There was forgot the dude's Ryan Lockley. He was the Olympic swimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on there. And then you had one of the bachelors on there.
Okay.
Then you had
what are they doing?
Then you had a couple people from Big Brother. But basically you had a group. Yeah, it was a group of people. And one of the chicks from Beverly Hills Wives was in there too.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what are they doing?
Basically, they go in there, and there's a prize pot of like $250,000.
Okay. Where is they people getting all this money to give you prizes?
And then so the host. He has them blindfold everybody at the beginning.
Okay.
And then he touches the people that ends up being the traitor. On this season, there was 3 traitors.
Oh, okay. Now I'm understanding.
So, and then the rest of everybody is known as the faithfuls.
So, do the traitors know who each other are?
After they go in for the first murder, basically. It's basically like a murder mystery show.
Ooh.
So.
And it's called Traitor.
Yeah. And so they the faithfuls have to pick out who's the traitors and vote them off. And because they have like a round table meeting, and then that's when they vote to see who's the traitor. And then the person if they vote whoever they vote unanimously, they have to they have to stand up and tell if they're a traitor or a faithful.
But if they're faithful, they still get kicked off?
Yeah. Yeah, they're voted off. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So the person might not be a traitor, but they just get kicked off because they energy gave traitor.
Right. And so the traitors, they have to murder somebody every night.
So is the murder being kicked off too?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I need to watch this.
So, and then it's like, they have like a piece of paper, they write the person's name on there, and then they leave the paper for the person. It says you have been murdered. And so they get kicked off.
So they kicking off 2 people.
And but that's when they go into the room to delegate going to be murdered is when they
see who the other traitors
are.
Okay.
And it gets crazy, boy. It gets catty. Like the traitors turn on each other.
I can only imagine.
It gets crazy.
Like, he's a traitor, right?
And not even that, but so if the traitors stay till the end, they win the pot.
Of course.
They win the money. But if the traitors get voted off, then the faithfuls win the pot.
Got you. So you want to be a traitor left standing if you're a traitor.
Yeah.
Or a faithful left standing if you're faithful.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
And then the other one we haven't dove into because we wanted to watch Traitors. And
now the one you about to talk about is talking about the circle, almost like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
what's it called?
So this one is the reason why we started watching The Traitor is because the producers of The Traitor and The Circle produces this show. It's called Anonymous.
Yes, I can't wait.
So
is that on Peacock?
It's on Peacock too.
Oh no!
So that's what I'm saying. Get you a free trial.
No.
Pay the $5 for a month and check it out.
What about Netflix?
So just pay the $5 and just get it for a month and then see if you want to try it like that. But yeah, so
y'all kill me with these streaming services.
I know, but so the Anonymous, basically what I could figure out is so they see each other before, and then they go into the room, and then the whole chat is
like you looking to see who you can trust by just looking at them, and then you go in and you like completely blind to whoever each person is.
So the whole chat is anonymous. So it looks crazy. So, but we wanted to check out Traitors first because we seen it was the producer of that. We was like, let's see, and because like
I want to see Anonymous bad.
Yeah. So we'll check. We're gonna check it out. Well, I'll let you know how it goes. Because
when does that start?
It's already started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's 2 seasons. There's 2 seasons of The Traitor. The second season just came out.
Okay.
And I think there's only 1 season of Anonymous.
So let's rate these. I rate Schitt's Creek a 10 out of 10. It is a 10 out of 10. Once you get into it, like the first 3 episodes are real slow, but once you get into it and really get invested in those characters, it is so good. It is so funny. It is so serious at times. It pulls your heartstrings. It makes you hate them. It makes you love them. Like, it is really a good show.
Yeah.
I rated it a 10 out of 10. What about you with Traitor?
I actually will rate Traitors as a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Because it was everything. Like, it was like...
Well, he said it was everything.
Like, it was like backstabbing. It was catty. It had its like moments to like where it's like what are you doing type moments. Like,
which one's better, The Circle or Traitors?
Oh my god! Don't do that to me.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, don't do that to me. That would be a hard question, but I would have to go with The Circle, of course.
Well, we have given y'all 2 great shows that we are currently watching or have watched, and a show that's coming out right now.
Yeah, it's out right now.
That's fresh and new on Peacock. If you haven't, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get it. But any final thoughts for this episode? We've never done final thoughts.
Yeah, well, we have a couple times, but just hasn't really been anything to even have a
final thought
too. Yeah. So,
but definitely,
hopefully
keep up with what's going on.
I will say, hopefully, I got something working in the plan. So,
yes, come on, plan.
I'm gonna kind of keep that close to my chest until I actually figure more out with it. So.
Got you. And I would just say, like, stay informed, stay up to date on these politics and what's going on, like, in your own backyard, because you never know what laws are changing, what things are being shifted against you or for you. So stay informed, stay woke, stay blessed. I know that's very cliche, but do all those things.
And please check your research when you do it.
Yes.
And if you get into a debate with somebody,
your facts.
Don't tell them to do the research. You bring your research.
Yeah.
That's the most annoying thing when somebody's like sitting there trying to debate me on something and they're like, well, do your research. And I'm like, well, show me your proof. And they're like, do your research. I'm like, no, you provide me your research.
And it don't take hard. It's not hard to find the research. It's on your phone. Right. You can literally speak it and it pops up on your phone. But I think that wraps up this episode of Mix in Chat. I'm your boy Javi, here with my boy D'Lo.
Yo.
And we will see you next time.
Peace.